What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the 4th level of hell and sent us down to the 7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow right here all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these pants on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the Three Kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see you. Get me up in my DMs because I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy. Now, I was on mute the whole time. Y'all couldn't even hear me. A mess. A damn mess. Anyway, hey to all the people I already said. Hey to Complex 613, Paul, who got from under trade. I'm so proud of you, Paul, becoming one of my prized pupils. I'm so proud of you. Now, instead of trying to send trade home after that last bump and grind, you let trade lay up with you. And we proud of you. Opal is here. Cajun, now listen, Cajun, it's gonna be a short leash, sir. You have come up off the block list. Sir, we have to make sure that you act right. You have a probationary period. Get your life in order. Tawana, what's going on, my love? Brown Mama, Quake. I'll be the shit. I'll be in St. Louis in July. TJ is here. Everybody gonna tell me I'm muted. Hey, Angela. Hey, Uncle Jay. Showing cleavage. Ronald. I would say Ronald be laid up with Trade, but Ronald say he is Trade. He don't lay up with Trade. He is the Trade. Where we at? Janae. Xavier. Everybody up in this piece. Montrez, what's good, bruh? I was having a whole conversation, Tawana. A whole conversation. Just mess. Just mess. It wasn't that I wasn't looking at the chat. It was so far down on my little screen. I hadn't got there yet. Child. How you knew I was talking about Paul and Trade? You knew I was talking about Paul and Trade. Y'all are silly. I'm mad that y'all knew exactly what I was saying to everybody. That is hilarious. Child. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. That is too funny. That is too funny. Hey, snatched by Diego. You just pulled into the live. Snatched by Diego. Listen, we have a good ass time over here. A good ass time. The title is something I would have definitely clicked on anyway, so I'm happy. Well, I'm glad because we about to talk about some things. We about to clown like we always do. Shout out to the members. I be the shit. Say summertime is the best. I'm just going up for the barbecue. I got a conference, but I'm sure looking forward to the barbecue. Shout out to the members. They've been busy over there down to the members only chat. The meat market is open over there. That's all I'm gonna say. If you a member, you know what I'm talking about. The meat market is open down to the members only Discord. That's all I'm gonna say. The palate cleanser section is doing its thing. They're not playing around over there. I'm just saying. Everybody welcome Snatched by Diego. He new around here. We have a good time around here. We have a real good time. Hey, Simera, what's going on, boo? Simera, we got a lot to talk about in politics today. Yeah, put a shondo in the chat for Snatched by Diego and let him know how we greet new people. We have a real good time over here. Hopefully you'll enjoy yourself. Anyway, shout out to the members. We have a good time. Yeah, this is the house of debauchery. Anyway, if y'all ready to get this party started, just let me know. Cause I'm just gonna go ahead and start. We'll have to rush today. Really be done with to go see T.S. Madison. So we could just take our time and go. Listen. We can, hey, China White, what's going on, sweetheart? So We ready to get this party started. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We starting here today. Listen, let me get this out the way first. Let me get this out the way first. For all of the ladies around here, me and my fellow members of the greatest fraternity on earth, the greatest fraternity in the world, would like to wish those pretty girls with 20 pearls, the lovely ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We would like to wish you all a happy Founders Day. Go ahead and put your IVs in the chat, your pink and green. Go ahead and put your pinkies up, ski wee, and all of those other things that you all like to do. They are not playing around. I didn't even go. Listen, between Monday and today, I said I'm not going over there to Facebook. I don't even want to know what they're doing over there down to the Facebook. Okay. But shout out to all of our wonderful ladies out there that are members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We love y'all. Enjoy your day. Live it up to the fullest. And we'll see y'all back down here a year from now on January 15th, 2026. I see you, Candace F. I see you, Quake. Now watch the AKAs come in later talk about, oh, why you ain't wished us a happy Founders Day? And we already wished them a happy Founders Day. Anyway, y'all know what time it is. Larry, it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So long now, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. So we start our Sugar Spike segment today, yet again, with the deadly wildfires down to California. Just to give you some updates right now, as we have it, we still have at least 25 people dead. They said that the winds are dying down, and so that is helping them. There's roughly about between 1,100 and 1,200 firefighters still out there fighting these fires. Residents in the area and in the greater Los Angeles area can get free N95 masks at LA public libraries. There are 7 million people under windblown dust and ash advisories. There are a total of 7 million people in Southern California, or SoCal, that are under windblown dust and ash advisories. So go down there to the library, the public library, and get you a free N95 mask, which will help you through those advisories. Some other updates from that. They are saying that because now, whenever this shit happens, it's always fuck shit and fuckery, okay, attached to it and involved with it. So when I was looking at some of the updates today, okay, there was an update that said GoFundMe help could limit FEMA assistance for fire victims. You heard me right. And let me read you a little bit of the detail. They said so far more than $100 million has been raised for California wildfire victims on GoFundMe. However, comma, in the immortal words of my big sis Really B, some of those fundraising efforts could end up limiting the money available through the Federal Emergency Management Agency. FEMA can provide financial assistance for those who lost homes, vehicles, or possessions in a natural disaster, but it can only make funds available to cover costs not covered by other sources, such as insurance or donations like those that come through GoFundMe. So y'all can see the fuck shit and fuckery down to the government, right? These people, hey, Jay Parrish. Now, these people, hey, Kimberly, and happy Founders Day to you. These people have said, oh, please donate to the wildfires, but the more you donate, the less the government is going to do for them. That's basically what they're saying. Mind you, all of the fucking money that the government is going to give them already comes from us. Those are our tax dollars. Like, I just don't understand this shit. These people have lost their goddamn minds. They want us to donate, but then they want us to donate and then say, oh, but the more you donate, the less we're going to give to them. I just can't, and won't. Hey, V. Carter, and happy Founders Day. Oh, yeah, V. Carter's a Delta. She said happy Founders Day today, okay, sorry. I just can't. So I want to let y'all know that the government is saying, and FEMA is saying, the more that is given and donated from philanthropic organizations means less that the American government has to give, or the government entities have to give. Mind you, we already talked about, the Republicans are already saying there are going to be provisos and stipulations on any money that they give to California. This is the fuck shit that I'm talking about. I'm just saying. You said Aaron Thomas, that's the one who was on chasing Atlanta. He said he got a GoFundMe for LA, but half of it's going to his music project. Bitch, I can't. I know you better stop lying to me. I know the fuck you lying. Angela, I know you lying the fuck out of me. I know you lying. I don't believe it. You're going to have to show me this. I want you to put this down to the members only Discord. I need to see this for myself so we can dog walk his ass. Hey, cross country cruiser. So that's some of our updates for from California. Biggest political news of the day is there has been a ceasefire reached in the Israel-Hamas war. So let me give you some of the details from that. So Israel and Hamas have agreed to a deal that will pause fighting in Gaza and lead to the phased release of hostages and Palestinian prisoners. Israel has to release Palestinian prisoners. Hamas has to release hostages. And this has been confirmed by Qatar's prime minister. Implementation of the temporary ceasefire will start this coming Sunday. And that's according to the Qatar prime minister. Excuse me. Hamas is expected to release 33 hostages during the first phase of an emerging deal. Hundreds of Palestinian prisoners are set to be released from Israeli jails at the same time. The Israeli cabinet still needs to approve the agreement. Before I go on, let me say this.
Here's where the fuck shit is about to come in, right? If the ceasefire is supposed to stop on Sunday and there's an agreement reached, I got every dime I own that says Benjamin Netanyahu and his band of warmongers over there are going to bomb the shit out of fucking Gaza Strip from now until Sunday. There are going to be hundreds of lives lost between now and Sunday, because if if there is an agreed upon ceasefire and you're telling them that they have to start it on Sunday and today is Wednesday, you know what's about to happen. These bastards are about to bomb, baby bomb. There are going to be hundreds of innocent lives lost. I'm just telling you what's about to happen. Let's continue. U.S. President Joe Biden said talks will go beyond the temporary ceasefire to a phase 2 of the deal that could include a, quote, permanent end of the war, end of quote, as he officially announced the deal between Israel and Hamas. Now, let me also go back and say, this is not a permanent ceasefire. This is not a permanent end to the war. This is a temporary ceasefire. Now, here's where we run into the issues now. Here's where the politicization of all of this comes. Because, like I said, they're all up in arms about this temporary ceasefire. Please understand who we're talking about. Benjamin fucking Netanyahu, whose whole existence as prime minister of fucking Israel is built off of perpetual war. If he's not at perpetual war and there's no need for him to be there, then he has a problem. So war is absolutely needed for him to continue to be in power. Most of the people over down to the Israel want no fucking parts of Benjamin Netanyahu. What they're not going to show you on news networks here in these yet to be United States of America is the fact that the majority of the Israeli people want no fucking parts of Benjamin Netanyahu. No parts. I have no problem calling Anthony Blinken bloody Blinken. I have no problems with them calling him the Secretary of Genocide. I have no problem with Joseph Robinette being called Genocide Joe, because guess what? Y'all fucked around and played around and placated to Benjamin Netanyahu and his band of warmongers over there. You have fucking presidential candidates like fucking Nimrata Haley, Nikki Haley, signing and autographing 2,000-pound missiles and bombs that were dropped on innocent men, women, and children. She was signing it as if she was signing a yearbook and shit. Y'all refuse to ever push back on Benjamin Netanyahu. So you expect me to believe that now all of a sudden there's going to be this magical ceasefire, and I don't believe none of it. It's only temporary. It ain't even permanent. And we know it's about to get worse come Monday. Now, as we delve deeper into the politicization of all of this, so now what we have going on is now the politicization is the figuring out, well, who gets the credit for this ceasefire? Who gets the credit? So Donald Trump is already saying, yep, it was me, because they made sure to get a ceasefire done before I got into power, because everybody's afraid of me. Joseph Robinette, when asked who will get, if Trump will get credit for over him for the ceasefire, had the nerve to say, is that a joke? No, it's not a joke. That's a real question, sir. A real fucking question. Because my question is, knowing what the fuck was at stake on fucking November 5th, knowing full well you had alienated a huge swath of your voting base. And I'm not just talking about Muslim Americans that had already told you where to go and how to get there. I'm also talking about the alienating of millions of young people who were in college, who you all had arrested and put out of school for peaceful protests about it. That part of your base, you also alienated. Right? But the Dems don't want to talk about that, because to them, oh, y'all are a one issue voting base. Guess what? The other side has told you they were a one issue voting base, because all they said they cared about was the economy. Ain't nobody making them feel bad, right? You did nothing to really get a real ceasefire, Joe. Nothing. You did nothing but placate to Benjamin Netanyahu, become the lapdog of Benjamin Netanyahu and Zionists all over the place. Y'all allowed that man to come and sit in the wells of Congress and have a joint session of Congress while actively murdering innocent people and committing fucking war crimes. You did nothing to pressure them. You continued to give them billions of dollars. As recently as fucking Monday, you announced another $8 billion in weaponry that you're sending over there to fucking Israel. So why the fuck would I give you the fuck any credit, Joseph Robinette, for any amount of ceasefire? Now let's be clear, Donald John don't get no credit either. None of you hoes get credit. And for all of we're the most powerful nation on earth, everybody has to defer to us and acquiesce to us, y'all couldn't get it done without the help of Egypt, Qatar, and all of the other surrounding nations over there. You people are weak, sorry, and feckless. But don't get me the fuck started. Weak, soft, puss-ass politicians, zero foreign policy. Y'all got a lot of fucking nerves. Nope, Joseph Robinette, you don't get credit for this. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a moment. I'm sorry, I did. I had a moment. I had a moment. Had a whole moment. Hey, Ravine. Hey, Karma. I had a whole moment. Sorry about that. Let's move on. So we had day 2 of confirmation hearings in Washington. And there were a boatload of confirmation hearings happening today. We had Pam Bondi, who was being who had her confirmation hearing for Attorney General. You had Marco Rubio, who had his confirmation hearing for Secretary of State. You had John Ratcliffe, who's being who they are having confirmation hearings on to be the head of the CIA. You have a whole host of people who are being confirmed today. Listen, the biggest one that was the one that was a whole lot a big shit show was Pam Bondi. Now I told y'all I know Pam Bondi. I'm Florida through it. I'm not Florida. Technically, I'm Miami, but because of the way this country is aligned, they make us have politicians and people in positions of power from that raggedy state of Florida. So I know all about Pam Bondi and her fuck shit and fuckery, okay? When she was Attorney General for Florida. Let's be clear. Let's be fucking clear. In the same way that Aileen Cannon is Donald Trump's personal fluffer, you'll have Aileen Cannon slurping on his meat and fucking Pam Bondi on his nutsack. There's a lot of slurpage that will go on here. Damn the Constitution. Constitution be damned. Rule of law be damned. Pam Bondi is not here for the rule of law. She is not here to serve as top law enforcement official. She is not here to do any amount of justice, to properly lead the Department of Justice. She wants no parts of that. She wants every part of doing the bidding, working at the fucking will and pleasure of her God King and demigod, Donald John. Let's be clear. That is it. That is all. So much so, during the goddamn confirmation hearing today, she was asked by Senator Hirono, would she admit that Donald John lost the election in 2020, and refused. Refused. All she said was, Joseph Biden is the president right now. Joseph Biden is the president. Was asked over and over and refused to admit that Donald John lost the election. Now, let me help you understand what this means. While Donald John will not be eligible for the presidency in the year of our Lord 2028, or at least as we know it to be right now, because who the fuck knows what might be going on in 2028. But as we see it and know it right now, Donald John would not be eligible for the presidency in the year of our Lord 2028. However, that does not mean that someone else who is a sycophant or acolyte of Donald Trump may not be the Republican nominee. And you may have another case where these people are refusing to admit that that person lost if they do lose. And that means that you have an attorney general who refuses to admit who won an election in this country. And if she is the sitting attorney general refusing to acknowledge the fact that the person she's aligned with, rooting for, or in bed with lost, that could prevent a problem. That could present a major problem. Now, she was all on record. She was all on record talking about we're going to make sure that the Department of Justice is not used in a political way to go after political enemies. You're fucking lying. Your God King has already told you he's going to use the Department of Justice to go after anyone he has a problem with. He's already said that. I don't know what y'all expect from these people. I expect nothing but the worst. Now, Marco Rubio, who is vying to be your Secretary of State, who is a Cuban American whose mammy and raggedy ass daddy floated their ass over here on a raft from Cuba, is on record saying Cuba should still be considered a state sponsor of terrorism, while there is no evidence of that in the year of our Lord 2025. But you got to know who he is, and Cubans of his ilk are. Let's be clear on what the Cuban people over here are. They are some of the most racist people this side of heaven. As bad as y'all think white people are, Cuban Americans that live in these yet to be United States of America are some of the most racist beings that you will find. Let's make no mistake about it. The reason that they left Cuba was all about racism. They left Cuba really because they had a problem with Fidel Castro, because Fidel Castro refused to acquiesce to their demands of having their own form of white supremacy over there, because there are Afro-Cubans over there who are darker than me and darker than some of y'all, and you go over there and you see they wanted there to be a separation, a caste system. They wanted white presenting Cubans to have all of the money, all of the access, all of the political capital, and they wanted Afro-Cubans to live in fucking poverty. And when Fidel Castro said, we ain't doing that shit, and when that was being put, and when the American government continued to want to push that narrative of white supremacy over down to Cuba, Fidel Castro said, fuck you bitches and fuck the American government, because I ain't doing that shit over there. And that's where you had the Mariel boat lift and all of that. You had a whole bunch of them motherfuckers came over here. That's where wet foot, dry foot policy started to come in. And now fucking Marco Rubio and his raggedy ass parents came over here and they were given instant political asylum and an instant path to fucking citizenship. Regardless, 1 foot on American soil, immediate path to citizenship, immediate political asylum, no questions asked. That's what was happening until decades. It just ended under Obama. This was law from the 60s. And that's why you have Cubans that are over here just as Latino as Mexicans, Nicaraguans, Venezuelans, Colombians, and all of them. But they have no attachment and no affinity for, no brotherhood or sisterhood with any of the other Latino groups, because they feel they have the same level of white supremacy as the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains that live in these yet to be United States of America. Now, I'm just telling you what it is. That's why you have a Marco Rubio out here who is saying that they need to wipe Palestine and the Gaza Strip off the map and fuck everybody over there, because Israel deserves to have all of it. That's why he can say, put all of the immigrants out. We need no Latinos. Shut the border of Mexico. Send all of the Colombians and Venezuelans and all of the Latino people, send their asses back. We don't want no parts of it. That's what the Cuban people want, and that's what the fuck they vote for every single time. That is why Florida goes red, because you have Miami-Dade County, the largest county in the state of Florida, the most the largest county in terms of population is Miami-Dade County. More than 50% of Miami-Dade County, I believe it's 56 or somewhere around there percent, is Latino. More than 50%. And of that 50%, more than 35 of that 50% is Cuban American. I'm just telling you what we got going on. So now you about to have an ain't shit ass Secretary of State who has an axe to grind and is going to go out here and put a blowtorch and a wrecking ball to all of the bridges that we have made, to all of the relationships that we have made all over the world. And like somebody had to remind raggedy ass Pete Hegseth yesterday, there's no iteration of a war against a major nation where we can go into that war by ourselves and think that we don't need our allies. There's no reality where America, because they love to think, oh, it's America first, fuck everybody else. We got this. We don't need nobody, until you go to war with another major nation and realize, oh, we can't do this by ourselves. No, bitch, you can't. And so y'all are out here alienating all of our allies, all of the people we depend on, all of the people we align with. That's what the fuck y'all got going on. These are the people who y'all are putting in positions of power. He said an argument can be made that the terms under which the Panama Canal was turned over has been violated. That's what he said. Meaning, if Donald Trump says that's what he wants to do, that's what he's going to go out there and try to get done. These people are aligned with this man. This is their God King, their demigod. They're going to go with whatever he says. Law be damned, Constitution be damned, NATO be damned, international law be damned, precedent be damned. Fuck it. That's what these people have to say. That's what they got. And they're making no bones about they're not mincing words when they get in front of Congress at all, because they know the Republican Party is going to lay down. I'm sorry, they're not going to lay down. They're going to bend over, sans lubrication, and take it. Hashtag Bohica. Bend over, here it comes again. John Ratcliffe, who they're picking to head the CIA, he said he supports the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, which is a surveillance program where authorities, that they're saying is vital to national security, but we know violates the personal privacy of citizens, not just here, but in other countries. Here for it. These are the people that's about to get. These are the people that are about to get confirmed. He was asked by Senator Angus King of Maine, who's an independent, quote, will you or any of your staff impose a political litmus test for CIA employees, right? He did say no, but nobody believes him. Nobody believes him. That's just like they asked those 3 members of the fucking Supreme Court, would they do away with Roe before they were all confirmed? Oh, I stand on precedent. Neil Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Coney Barrett, all of them said the same thing. Soon as they ass got there, I ain't even fucking had a full week. There goes Roe. So you expect me to believe any of these people and what they're saying? I have nothing for these people. I have nothing. Prepare yourselves. It's about to be a fucking shit show. I'll continue to watch this stuff and keep you all abreast and updated on it. I'm not going to force y'all to watch it because I don't think anybody should have to endure that. But because I need to come and bring it to y'all, I just have to let y'all know. I have friends who work in and for the FBI. Some of them are very afraid. I have 2 friends that resigned their positions in the FBI, as one last week and one this week. They're very afraid that they're going to be asked to do things that they know are illegal. I don't know what y'all want from me. Moving on. Well, you should know that now we are up to a total of 8 states, at least 8 states, all who have GOP or Republican governors who have now ordered that all flags be flown at full staff on President-elect Trump's inauguration day. They said, fuck it. We don't give a fuck about what's written into law. Damn you and your laws. Also, you should know that the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, has also said that the flag atop the Capitol building will be flown at full staff on Inauguration Day, whether or not you people like it. Here are the states that we know of right now that will have their flags flown at full staff, basically vomiting on the grave of President Jimmy Carter and in direct violation of U.S. law. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Idaho Governor Brad Little, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen, North Dakota Governor Kelly Armstrong, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, and Texas Governor Greg Abbott. They all announced that flags at state buildings would be flying at full staff. I don't know what y'all want from me. Please do not expect for these people to give a damn about the rule of law. Please don't expect that. Moving on. In other news, down to the great state of Texas, well, this is a little good news. I don't know how good it is, but I like when somebody gets their comeuppance. So yesterday, the Texas House elected a new state speaker. Now, this new Speaker of the Texas House isn't a part of the far right faction of the Republican Party. They wanted Representative David Cook, State Representative David Cook, to go into that role because he's ultra right and ultra conservative, but they voted 85-55 for Representative Dustin Burrows to be the new Speaker of the House. I mean, they still gonna basically give the they're still not gonna do right by the citizens of the great state of Texas. But here we are. Here we are. Who y'all need to get rid of is um Ken Paxton. Now, that other guy, Representative State Representative David Cook, was being supported by Ken Paxton. And I think that was the nail in the coffin. They don't like Ken Paxton. That's a little update from the great state of Texas. Walmart is coming under fire now because we have now 13 attorneys general who have asked Walmart to reconsider their DEI initiatives. Walmart, let me read this to you. Walmart is one of the largest corporations pulling back from its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, phasing out many of its programs and removing the words diversity and DEI from documents. However, the move has raised concerns among a group of state attorneys generals who are calling on Walmart to reconsider the changes. This um these top prosecutors from 13 states signed the letter addressed to Walmart CEO Doug McMillan. They want to know why Walmart is rolling back its diversity policies and how the company is planning to protect civil rights in the workplace. The company confirmed the changes back in November, saying it would no longer hold diversity trainings nor give priority to diverse suppliers, and will be removing the words diversity and DEI from its vernacular altogether. Instead, the company has started to use the word belonging in communication. It also stopped collecting demographic data on potential suppliers. In response to the moves, 13 Democratic attorneys general say, in part, quote, threats to boycott, sue, or otherwise negatively impact Walmart's bottom line will have contributed to your decision to walk away from your commitments to DEI. But we are concerned that Walmart failed to consider the other side, the customers and employees that will be alienated by this departure. End of quote. Listen, these companies are not here about anything that has to do with the consumers or their employees. They are here for their C-suite's bottom dollar. They're here to line the bank accounts of their C-suites. That's it. They don't give a damn about the rest of their employees. They don't. Even during the summer of 2020, in the aftermath of uh, several protests with Black Lives Matter, where you saw all of these major companies that were making all of these declarations about how they were going to do fucking things to build diversity, and they were going to have these initiatives for inclusion and so forth. That shit didn't mean nothing. They only did it because that was what they believed was popular amongst the American public and would garner them more people coming into their stores and buying more product. In the same way, a lot of the companies that do stuff for Pride Month and all of that, and they now have a rainbow logo, they don't give a damn about the LGBTQ plus community. They give a damn about people coming and spending their money there. That is it. That is all. Do I expect Walmart to acquiesce to the demands of these 13 Democratic attorneys general? No. No. I don't be down there to the Walmart. I'm just saying. Go with God. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Black people down to the Los Angeles, I need y'all to come to the whiteboard. all my black people down to the Los Angeles, I need y'all to bring y'all ass to the whiteboard. We got a problem that's rearing its ugly head. The problem is slowly coming to the surface. They are about to do everything they can to put Karen Bass out of office. And let's be clear. Let's be brutal. Today, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to be brutally honest today. It's not just going to be the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains that's going to be pushing narratives to try to oust Karen Bass. I'm going to tell you everything I know. A whole lot of the Latino community are also going to be sounding the alarms, ringing the bells, trying to get Karen Bass ousted. Shall we not forget, when was that, 2 years ago, when you had the situation down to the Los Angeles City Council where you had that the female councilwoman and the other guy that was saying all types of homophobic stuff about the councilman that was gay, and then they started calling his black son monkey and all of that stuff. Remember, we had all of that. That was the Hispanic councilwoman and a Hispanic councilman over there having that whole conversation. I'm just telling you how it's about to go down. So we know the Latino community is not going to be here to help. We know that the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains are not going to be here to help. And then you're going to have our own people that's going to be here with the pile on. Because I promise you, even the people who may we're going to talk amongst the black delegation right now, okay? Amongst the black delegation, there are those in the black delegation that may not like her too much or may have an issue with her, but I don't need you to pile on, because I promise you, when you get somebody else in there, they're not going to give a damn about your issues. Today's political climate has told you everybody has gone into their respective silos and don't give a damn about anybody in another community. So if you expect for them to oust Karen Bass and them to put somebody white, Latino, blue, black, yellow, or purple, blue, yellow, purple, green, or orange, and they're not black, they're not going to give a damn about you and your issues. And just like we know the LAPD is one of the most racist police departments this side of heaven, they will continue to be that way, and there'll be nobody in City Hall that's an ally of ours. When more racial tensions come up, when more things involving black people come up, there won't be anybody there. Nobody's going to care. We have to start to have our own silo. This is not the time for us to be infighting. No, this is the people in the great SoCal area. Now is not the time for you to come out saying, well, I ain't like her anyway. This is not the time. Save that shit for some other time. This is not the time for us to be doing this. I'm just saying. Because they're waiting like vultures. The vultures are already circling. They're already circling. I'm just telling you. I mean, she's facing mounting backlash in the response to the wildfires. Now, I'm going to tell you, if that was a white man or woman and they did exactly the same thing she did, said all of the same things she said, and did everything exactly the same way, they will be talking about their heroism as a mayor. They will be talking about their heroism in the face of a tragedy. I'm just being brutally honest. Because there's grace and mercy given for every other race, every other creed. Grace and mercy. Mediocrity is always celebrated. Our black asses do and say the exact same things, and now, they need to be ousted. They didn't do enough. There are Democrats out there saying that right now. You got the owner of the Los Angeles Times who is on record saying that the Los Angeles Times' endorsement of Karen Bass was a mistake. On the record saying that. As of yesterday, there was a change.org petition calling for her to step down, and it already had more than 134,000 signatures. I'm just saying. This is what we got going on. But here we are. Here we are. Listen, I'm just going to be honest. I don't see this ending well. I don't see this ending well for her. I don't see this ending well. Well, listen, I'm hoping for the best, but I just don't see this ending well. You better tell him again, Cymera. Now, if there were fires in Watts or all of the black neighborhoods, they wouldn't be calling for her to be ousted. But the fact that these fires are happening in areas where there are wealthy and well-to-do people, and there's a black woman in charge, now they want everybody out. They want, because what you seem to believe is, what they seem to be acting as if Karen Bass had a way and mechanism with which to prevent this wildfire from happening. I'm just saying, let me move on before I spike out. Y'all know I have a propensity to spike out every now and again. Governor Hot Wheels, Greg Abbott is in the news. I keep telling y'all need to go get some Crisco oil and line up the motherfucking wheelchair ramp down to the governor's mansion in Austin, Texas. So Governor Hot Wheels is in the news. He is he had, a few years back, several years back, as a matter of fact, Texas was the first state to make to do away with DEI initiatives and make it illegal for state entities and state universities, state entities, departments and buildings to have anything with DEI or diversity, equity, and inclusion. Texas was the first one out the gate with that, especially with regard to their university system. Well, he threatened to remove Texas A&M President Mark Welsh after a conservative activist claimed the university may be violating the ban on DEI by attending a conference that only allows minorities to participate. Not that they were having DEI initiatives on campus. Not that they had a DEI office, not that they even had a person on the staff that was designated for DEI. They did all of the things the Texas governor asked them to do, got rid of all of the DEI in the university. Now they're saying he's going to remove the president because members of the university went to a conference that only allows minorities to participate. And that's why he's going to remove the president. Christopher Rufo, a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute, shared a screenshot of an email on X, formerly known as Twitter. I do have the screenshots. If you'd like to see them, I can. I'll get there in a second. But give me just a second. Let me make sure I have that set up good. Okay. Where was I? Lost my place. The email sent by a representative from Mays Business School invited Texas A&M to attend an annual conference hosted by the PhD Project. Rufo also shared a screenshot detailing the conference's eligibility requirements. The requirements stated that attendees must identify as Black, Hispanic, or Native American. When a social media user asked if Texas would tolerate such actions, Abbott responded, quote, hell no. If Texas, it's a hell no, it's against Texas law and violates the U.S. Constitution. It will be fixed immediately or the president will soon be gone. In response, president of Texas A&M released a statement saying, quote, Texas A&M does not support any organization, conference, or process or activity that excludes people based on race, creed, gender, age, or any other discriminating factor, end of quote. Now, Texas's Senate Bill 17 took effect last January 2024. The law bans universities from having DEI offices, requiring DEI statements or training, and offering preferential treatment based on race, sex, color, or ethnicity. However, the law allows certain DEI related activities for recruitment and research purposes. The Texas A&M's legal counsel believed that applied to the PhD Project conference. Despite this, President Welsh confirmed that the university would no longer participate in the conference. However, the university had attended in previous years before the law was enacted. Let me show you the email. This is getting serious, y'all. This is getting real serious. Hold on. Okay, here's the email. I'm sorry. Here's the email. I know y'all can't see it. It's hard to read, but that's the email. Here's the screenshot of who can go to the and it's a I'm familiar with this conference. It's a PhD project. It's a conference for individuals who are in doctoral programs. It focuses on minorities in doctoral programs. And so it's supposed to be everybody who's in a program that has in a terminal degree program, meaning JD, PhD, DD, ED, MD, PsyD, all of the terminal programs where you get your doctorate. And so it says who can apply. Those who identify as Black, African American, Latinx, Hispanic, and Native American, because it's focused on that group of people who are underrepresented in terminal degrees. Now they're saying they're not even going to allow universities to send representation to these conferences. They don't even want you going to conferences that try to promote minorities in programs such as this. If you go to a program that says, oh, this is NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists, right? And one of the requirements for that is if they say, oh, those that can attend have to be black, because they don't allow white people, now the white people feel threatened and they don't want anybody to go. I'm just saying. Now we're at the point where they are trying to subvert any organization that promotes any minority group. That's what we got going on. They don't even want the universities to go. I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me. I don't know what y'all want from me, but this stuff is happening. And I've been screaming this. Some of y'all been with me this whole time. Y'all know I've been screaming this since Texas first. When Texas, I believe it was 2021, when Texas first put these laws into place. And I have been screaming it from there. I said we were careening down a slippery slope where they don't want anything that allows a minority group to meet, because that's ultimately where we're going. We're getting to the point where they don't want any minority groups to meet. And while they had all of these boycotts of Florida, turned a blind eye to Governor Hot Wheels and all of the fuck shit that he had going on. Governor Hot Wheels was first. Governor Hot Wheels has been about that life from the beginning. But ain't no pushback on Governor Hot Wheels. They centered their attention on Florida because Governor Death Sentence was running for president and wanted to be on television, wanted you to hear and know what he was doing. All the while, Governor Hot Wheels has been doing far worse way before Governor Death Sentence. This is happening. Well, that would be Representative Nancy Mace on your right and Representative Jasmine Crockett on your left. And here's the video.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
Order,
am
will.
please.
reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a child.
I am
not a
reclaiming
child.
my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr.
we
Chairman,
can
the committee is not
Okay.
in order.
Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order.
I'll play it again.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
Order,
I am
please.
reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a
Chairman,
child.
I am
not a
reclaiming
child.
my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr.
we can
Chairman,
do
the
that.
committee is not
Okay.
in order.
Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order.
I'm gonna play it a third time just so we have the full context of what's happening here. Here's the third time.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, 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 so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all
I
to
am
tell
no
me
child.
whether or
Do
not
call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I am 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have.
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
I
will
am
in your
reclaiming my
life.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a
Chairman,
child.
I
am
am
not a
reclaiming
child.
my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr.
we
Chairman,
can
the
do that.
committee is not
Okay.
in order.
All right. Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order.
Let me help you understand something, Nancy Mace. Child. Girl. You are not about that life. The worst you gonna do is what you did. Slam that raggedy ass mic down. Bitch, I wish you would. That's one of them. I wish a motherfucker would. I mean, because you was finna get your ass dog walked. Please believe the way the way the way Jasmine Crockett would have took you outside and dog walked you and not one hair on her head be out of place, walked back in that building and continued with her comments as if nothing happened. Girl, you don't want this kind of pressure. You really ain't about that life, Nancy Mace, because the way you would get your ass dish ragged. That's why she was like, child, because girl, we know you are not about that life. Aren't you the same bitch that somebody brushed up against you and you came in the next day with your arm in a sling like you had been, physically assaulted? And you tried to lie and say somebody assaulted you and the cameras was pulled and ain't no shit like that happened? Nancy Mace, please, ma'am, we'll meet you outside. I promise you won't like it. Please, ma'am, please come and meet us outside. We will gladly see you outside, ma'am, if that's what you want. If this is what you want, sweetheart, dear one, doll baby, love bug, if this is what you want, we can oblige you. We certainly can. But I promise you, it's not going to end the way you think it's going to end. I promise you. I'm just saying. I mean, these people are whole ass derelicts of society. This is what we talk about when we say the basket of deplorables. These are the derelicts of society. These are the least of us. Now, I ain't seen not one Republican member of Congress, for that matter. I still ain't seen enough Democratic pushback on him. I ain't seen enough pushback for who's protecting our black women. Because if you want us to play this up, we can play this up. We can feel in fear for our lives and safety. And who's looking out for this beautiful black woman who is doing nothing but her job, her black ass job, representing the constituents in the greater Houston area. And we have members of Congress openly on the record threatening other members of Congress. Where's the protection for Jasmine Crockett? Since you want us to play this up, since this is what we got to do, then we'll do it. But let's be clear. If you just want to come outside, ma'am, we can. If you just want us to come outside, we can. Can and will. These people got a lot of nerves. She was threatened on the record. And where is her public reprimand? Where are the repercussions of her actions? Because if I promise you, had Jasmine Crockett told Nancy Mace to meet her ass outside, Nancy Mace would now be on every news outlet this side of heaven telling people that she was threatened with her life by Jasmine Crockett. She would be asking people to put Jasmine Crockett in Chanel bangles and throw her in the goddamn jail. I'm just telling you. Let's be clear. We are not now, nor will we ever be afraid of you people. Ever. If you want to come on over here, come on down. Come on down. I promise you, you won't go back the way you came. I promise you, you will not go back over there the way you came. What? Girl. What I would have did was I would have conveniently, when we left Chambers, I would have conveniently walked right next to her down the hallway and just looked. Would have did one of these. I wouldn't have said a mumbling word. Just all looks like. And that's all I need to do. Because, bitch, you know what it is. Nancy Mace, girl. That bitch got a lot of nerves. A lot. I'm just saying. Child. I know, Bap. I know she accused Jasmine Crockett of bullying her. This is the fuck shit. This is how I know. Had Jasmine Crockett said, meet me outside, Nancy Mace would have been on every news outlet saying that Jasmine Crockett threatened her life. And she needs permanent security escorts to and from House meetings where Jasmine Crockett will be because she's concerned for her safety. Ain't nobody got time for you, Nancy Mace. Ain't nobody got a fuck ass time for you and your fuck shit. You and your Karenicity, I just can't. I just can't. The bitch is weird. The bitch is weird. Bitch, go with God. Well, so now we're gonna have a whole ass circle jerk. We're gonna have a billionaire boys club frat party down to the inauguration on Monday. A whole ass circle jerk between Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk. I'm just telling you. A whole ass circle jerk. They'll be sitting next to each other, giving each other's hand jobs, getting one off behind your soon to be president while he's getting inaugurated. I have nothing for these people. I have nothing. But they're going to have prominent positions alongside cabinet nominees and other elected officials. I don't know what to tell y'all. These people make my ass itch. I told y'all it's calling for rain. Last time I checked in Washington, D.C. on Monday, freezing rain. I want all of the sleet. I want all of the freezing rain. I want torrential downpours. I wish nothing but the worst for them. The rest of us will be celebrating Martin Luther King Day, which also coincide with Atlanta's Winter Pride festivities. Uh-huh. So the people will be outside not paying y'all no mind. None at all. Go with God. Wheelchair Jimmy. BBL Drizzy. Aubrey is around here suing people again. I mean, listen. Why is he here? I'm going to ask this for the record. Why the fuck is Drake here? Wheelchair Jimmy, we told your stinking ass when this first went down, you were exposed. Kendrick Lamar exposed you. Nobody likes you. Nobody. We don't like your music. We don't like you. We don't want no parts of you. You were exposed. Your ass got dog walked. You have no response. And now your response is, I can't come up with a good enough way to respond to what was a great and epic diss track. So now I'm going to go sue like the Karen that I am. Nobody likes you, Wheelchair Jimmy. Nobody. Nobody likes you. And I question all the people who tell me that they are fans of Wheelchair Jimmy. I question anybody who tell me, oh, Wheelchair Jimmy is my favorite rapper. We can't be friends. Can't. I don't trust you people. Like Wheelchair Jimmy, right side mirror, he's a whole ass clown. Sir, you are an ass clown. Nobody likes you, Wheelchair Jimmy. Nobody. Not a single person. There are no redeeming qualities about you at this point. You, my friend, are musical toilet paper. You are what we wipe our ass with. Your music, sir, once again, is what we wipe our ass with. And what I hope is that the judge wipes his ass with this lawsuit. So apparently, Wheelchair Jimmy is doing the proverbial running home to his mammy and pappy crying because he feels like he's been picked on. So he went running home crying to his mammy and pappy. He's decided to sue Universal Music Group for defamation. Now, mind you, that's his own label. That's his label that he's suing for defamation. He accuses UMG, Universal Music Group, of promoting Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us, knowing it contained false and damaging allegations. The suit was filed today in New York City. The lawsuit alleges that UMG intentionally spread and monetized false claims from Kendrick Lamar's tracks and accompanying music, which referred to Drake as a pedophile. Drake calls the accusations, quote, false and malicious, end of quote, and claims the label leveraged the controversy for financial gain. Isn't that what you've been doing your whole career, sir? In the lawsuit, Wheelchair Jimmy states, quote, this lawsuit is not about the artists who created Not Like Us. It is instead entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize a song that it knew contained false claims. End of quote. Can I sue UMG for promoting you? Can I sue UMG for putting you in the zeitgeist, for making you popular, for making your raggedy ass brand of music a thing? Like, we all need to be suing UMG. If the Wizard's going to be in the business of suing UMG, let's sue them for the torture that our eardrums had to endure. Let's sue them because you became a thing, and one day we had to watch you with your little floppy disk in your released sex tape, flopping your little peen around. Let's sue them because puss ass, punk ass little boys be round here wearing Wheelchair Jimmy hairstyles like that shit is cute and like he should be celebrated. Can we sue Nickelodeon because they defamed the entirety of the infirmed and handicapped community by putting your punk ass in a motherfucking wheelchair? Can we sue them? I want the entirety of the handicapped community to sue Nickelodeon for making you a thing sitting in that goddamn wheelchair. Can the whole light-skinned delegation sue UMG for making you popular and denigrating and defaming all things light-skinned? Now, I ain't light-skinned, but if I was a part of the light-skinned delegation, I would want to sue UMG because they made him popular and made it seem like all light-skinned people act like his fuck bitch ass. Since we're in the business of suing people. He is sassy, Janae. Like BBL Drizzy, we don't want no parts of you. We don't like you. Go back to Canada's America's hat. I'm just saying. I want to hear from the light-skinned delegation, the light-skinned consortium. I want to know your thoughts on your fellow member of the light-skinned consortium. I want to know your thoughts on Wheelchair Jimmy. Cymera said we should sue you at your duck lips. That came from Cymera. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't have a goddamn thing to do with it. We don't like you, sir. We never have, and we never will. You get on my damn. Sir, go with God. Oh, God. I was hoping this was going to get better. I literally was hoping that we would go to the next story and this thing could get all better. But no, I go to the next story and we go from one fuck bitch to the next. Miss Shorty B said, light skin delegation, y'all need to come back to the front. Hold on. We'll be back. Light skin consortium, we need you to come to the front. Janae said the light skin consortium does not claim him. He is mixed, not light skinned. Do not put him with us. And that came from Janae. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm not in the light skin consortium, so I ain't got nothing to do with it. Anybody else want to chime in from the light skin consortium? The dark skin delegation is staying out of this. We leaving this all to the light skin consortium. Nothing. Tracy W said, a bitch can't go with God. Listen, Tracy W said, a bitch can't go with God.
ABC. A bitch can't. A bitch can't get a hit. A bitch can't get on the charts. A bitch can't get a Grammy. A bitch just can't.
That's what Tracy W said. I ain't got nothing to do with it, Wheelchair Jimmy. Listen, I'm telling you, this is Tracy W. She the one said a bitch can't.
ABC. A bitch can't. A bitch can't get a hit. A bitch can't get on the charts. A bitch can't get a Grammy. A bitch just can't.
A bitch just can't. That's what. I ain't got nothing. I'm over here in the dark skin delegation. I leave all of this to the light skin consortium to figure out. We're gonna let them sort all of this out and figure this shit out because we ain't got nothing to do with it over here to the dark skin delegation. I'm just saying. Anyway, sir, I would tell you go with God, but according to Janae, she said we not finna burden God with with your mess. That's what Janae said. She said we are not finna burden God with your level brand of fuckery and your mess. I don't know what to tell you. Just go on now. Going on. And yet, here we are with this fuck bitch. So new details are being revealed on that sleepwalking incident and lewdness accusation on Joe Budden. Let me read this to you. Joe Budden is speaking out about a December sleepwalking incident that led to accusations of lewdness, a police report, and a month-long civil trial. The podcast host addressed the situation on a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, offering more insight into how the incident escalated and how he ultimately cleared his name in court. Budden explained that the incident happened early one morning in his Edgewater, New Jersey apartment building. As captured on his neighbor's doorbell camera, Budden, age 44, was seen naked in the hallway around 7 a.m., attempting to enter numbers on a keypad before walking back to his apartment. Budden says he was sleepwalking, a condition he's dealt with for years, but his neighbors accused him of inappropriate behavior and called the police. Quote, my neighbors have been a problem for months. They've complained about everything: noise, smells, even seeing Black people in shared spaces. One of them even told me, you people will never change. This sleepwalking incident was just the latest thing they used to target me. End of quote. Well, what kind of smells do they say you have? Well, what's going on that the people say you have? Now, noise, I understand. And I might even understand if they say, man, there's too many of y'all over there. Y'all making too much noise. There's too many of y'all. Y'all going on. So get out the fucking hallway with all that damn noise. But where the smells come in at? Well, what you around there doing? What you cooking over there? I mean, I'm just trying to find out. What is you cooking over there that they complaining about smells and shit? So now you trying to call the neighbors Karens, right? Let's continue. The neighbors, whom Budden described as a quote racist couple, end of quote, accused him of masturbating on their door and attempting to forcibly enter their home. Budden called these claims absurd, noting that the 10-second video showed no such behavior. Quote, if I wanted to do that, I could find a million better places than someone's door, end of quote, he joked. Edgewater Police Chief Donald Martin issued a press release announcing Budden's lewdness charge, a move that Budden's attorney called, quote, inflammatory and slanderous, end of quote. The attorney accused the police department of racial bias, arguing that the announcement was unnecessary and unfairly prejudiced public opinion about Budden. Quote, had Mr. Budden not been a prominent black voice, we do not believe such a press release would have been issued over these mediocre accusations. End of quote. And that's what Joe Budden's attorney said in a statement. The matter quickly escalated into a civil trial after Budden's neighbors filed additional claims, including stalking. Joe Budden spent over a month in court defending himself. During the trial, the judge reviewed the evidence, including the doorbell camera footage, and dismissed the neighbors' allegations. Quote, the judge ruled there was no intent to stalk or gratify myself. I wasn't trying to harm anyone. The video showed me shifting my weight as if I had to use the bathroom, not what they were claiming. End of quote. Wait a minute, Joe. Wait a minute. So you tell me you were sleepwalking. You walked all the way the fuck outside. And then, according to you, you were shifting your weight because you had to use the bathroom. And so you were shifting your weight. I'd be mad too if you came over there trying to pee on my motherfucking door. The fuck? Let's continue. Joe Budden's partner, notice they said partner, not girlfriend, but partner. Joe Budden's partner also testified in his defense, addressing claims about his behavior in the video. Quote, they asked her if I was erect in the footage, and she said, absolutely not. The trial was embarrassing, but the truth won out at the end. End of quote. Joe Budden, let me. You want to know why it was embarrassing? Because they saw your little bitty pee and they knew you only got this much pee, and they was like, wasn't he erect? And she was like, she wanted to say yes, but she didn't want to embarrass you, so she said no, he wasn't erect. Child, ain't nobody looking for your little pee, Joe Budden. We saw your little pee down to the members only chat. Well, that thing was like this big. That little thing was like this big. And my pinky might be a little bigger. I'm just saying. Like, I believe no parts of Joe Budden. Listen, Ronald, if I find the video or if somebody finds the video, please put it in the members only chat, please. Where's Xavier? Xavier, we need you to go find the video. We already got the images of your peen, which is like this big, sir. But we need conclusive evidence. We need to see the evidence that the judge saw. Child, girl. Joe Budden said, he said, quote, this has been one of the most embarrassing and disappointing experiences of my life. But at the end of the day, I'm a sleepwalker, not a stalker. End of quote. No, the most embarrassing and disappointing experience of someone's lives has to be the person that gets in bed with you and has to deal with your 2.5-inch peen. That's the most embarrassing and disappointing experience of someone's life. Child. And to think some of these women was out here arguing and windmilling on wasn't that Love and Hip Hop New York about Joe Budden and his 2.5 inches? Oh, girl. Oh, listen, we done spent way too much time. We done spent way too much time and your 2.5 inches, okay? Way too much time on your 2.5 inches, sir. We don't have this type of time. Sir, go with God, okay? We ain't got this type of time. Conor McGregor finds himself in the news today Apparently, a woman has filed a lawsuit against him over alleged 2023 sexual assault. Here's the story. A woman has filed a lawsuit against former UFC star Conor McGregor, accusing him of sexually assaulting her after game 4 of the 2023 NBA Finals. The alleged incident occurred at the Kaseya Center, the home arena of the Miami Heat, on June 9th, 2023. The lawsuit, filed Tuesday in the U.S. District Court of the Southern District of Florida, also accuses the arena staff and security of gross negligence. The plaintiff, a 49-year-old Miami-Dade County resident, notice they didn't say Florida person, they said Miami-Dade County resident, and vice president at a prominent Wall Street financial institution. Wait a minute, Connor. You thought your white privilege was going to get you out of this. You don't went and assaulted the wrong one. The woman is a vice president at a prominent Wall Street financial institution. Mm, mm, mm. She claims Conor McGregor assaulted her in a bathroom at the arena following the Denver Nuggets victory over the Miami Heat. She reported the incident to Miami police less than 48 hours later. However, in October 2023, the Florida State Attorney's Office declined to file criminal charges after its investigation. McGregor's attorney, Barbara Yanis, said in a statement to ESPN that, quote, after a thorough investigation at the time, the state's attorney concluded that there was no case to pursue. Almost 2 years and at least 3 lawyers later, the plaintiff has a new false story. We are confident that this case, too, will be dismissed. End of quote. Now, Conor McGregor has consistently denied the allegations, and his legal team emphasized that he will not be intimidated. The lawsuit seeks compensatory damages, medical expenses, and other relief deemed appropriate. Somebody go find Tracy and tell her we need this lawsuit. We need to get into the details, okay? Somebody go down and find Tracy and tell her we need this lawsuit. We need all of the intimate details. I'm just saying. Now let's be clear. Just because the feckless state attorney decided not to press lawsuits, not to press charges, I should say, doesn't mean the sexual assault didn't happen. This is out of Miami. Out of Miami, Tracy. This is the Conor McGregor case. So let me see what else is in here. I might need to read. Hold on. The lawsuit alleges McGregor initiated contact. Well, let me go back up. I was reading this part. The lawsuit seeks compensatory damages, medical expenses, and other relief deemed appropriate. The woman's attorney, Jim Dunn, said his client decided to file the suit to, quote, raise awareness and encourage others to report sexual assault, end of quote, despite concerns about the potential impact on her career. The lawsuit alleges McGregor initiated contact with the woman in the courtside club inside the Kaseya Center after the game. When the woman attempted to leave, a member of McGregor's team allegedly told her, quote, Conor told me to come get you, end of quote, and forcibly grabbed her wrist. Despite her protests, the staff member reportedly refused to let go, stating, quote, no, Conor will kill me if I lose you, end of quote. The complaint states McGregor led the woman to a restroom where her acquaintance was prevented from entering. McGregor then allegedly assaulted the woman inside a stall. The complaint also cites McGregor's behavior earlier that evening when he struck the Miami Heat mascot, Bernie, during a promotional skit, causing injuries that required hospitalization. Despite the incident, McGregor reportedly was allowed to remain in the arena and consume alcohol. The suit alleges that the Kaseya Center staff's failure to intervene contributed to a heightened risk of harm. Dunn said Dunn, that's the attorney for the victim, said in a phone interview that the civil case is the quote only avenue end of quote available for his client to seek justice after criminal charges were not pursued. Under Florida law, the statute of limitations for a civil case alleging gross negligence is 2 years. McGregor, um, um, sir, and the Miami Heat, y'all just go ahead and settle. Y'all just go ahead and settle with this lady, okay? Now, Ronnie said they claiming wheelchair Jimmy. Anybody disagree? Ronnie Magby said they're claiming that the light skin consortium is claiming PBL jersey. I'm just saying. But let me say this. Just because the state attorney chose not to press charges, this is the same state attorney that did not press charges. We were in the same, under the same auspices of the same attorney general. We're talking about the same state that didn't press charges on fucking Matt Gaetz. Okay? So, I'm just saying. We need this Tracy, we need this lawsuit. We need the Conor McGregor lawsuit. And we'll read it tomorrow. If Tracy get it to us, we'll go through it tomorrow and we'll read through the intimate details. So this this story is going viral today. This is the story of a man by the name of Nautica Malone who decided to end his own life. According to TMZ, a despondent man fatally shot himself after he was caught with his pants down, literally, in his car at a coffee shop in Arizona, according to police. The motorist, Nautica Malone, began his journey toward death. Wait, why are you calling it journey towards death, TMZ? This is TMZ's words and not mine. Nautica Malone began his journey toward death last Wednesday when he pulled up to the drive-through line at Bikini Beans Coffee in Tempe, Arizona, and was approached by an employee who noticed he did not have pants on while taking his order. Police said the employee told her manager as Malone rolled up to the drive-through window, still naked from the waist down. The manager allegedly whipped out her cell phone and recorded video of Malone, who was masturbating. This better not be the video. Oh, this better not be the video. Oh my God. It is the video. Child, they got, hold on. The video. Here's the video. Hold your line. Now I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play the video because even though you almost can't see, you can't really make out the peen. You can see that he's naked. There's the video. I can't play it on here. I can't play it on here, but that's the video. Anyway, the man was subsequently the video was subsequently uploaded to social media and it quickly spread online with millions of viewers commenting and accusing Malone of inappropriately touching himself in front of the manager. Malone then drove to the city of Goodyear, Arizona and shot himself in the head on January 11th, according to the Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office. Tempe police tell TMZ on the night of Malone's suicide, members of his family showed up at the coffee shop and were, quote, aggressive, end of quote, with the staff. quote, stating Malone had killed himself over the incident, end of quote. We reached, TMZ said they reached out to the owner of Bikini Bean Coffee, Ben Laos, who tells TMZ, quote, our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the individual involved during this difficult time. This was an unfortunate and tragic situation. As a company, the safety of our employees is always our top priority. In this case, an individual chose to commit a crime at one of our locations. We take incidents like this very seriously and remain committed to protecting our team and maintaining a safe and respectful environment. End of quote. I don't know what the situation is, but even if the man was jacking off, why are you posting it on social media though? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I, that's what I'm thinking, Uncle Jay. I'm wondering if this could be revenge porn. But regardless of the situation, the man decided to end his own life. I don't wish that for nobody. Yeah, Bap, I could see a lawsuit happening. I could absolutely see a lawsuit happening, and I could see that company settling out of court because there's no justification. Even if you say we're going to take the video and send it to the police and have the police go, you know, pull up on this man and charge him with lewd and lascivious behavior or whatever they want to charge him with, that's one thing. But you posting it on social media is a whole nother thing. You said check my email. Hold on, Tracy. Let me check it. Hold on. Hold your line. Hold your line. Oh, so we have the Conor McGregor situation. Do we want to go through the gory details now? Y'all put a 27 in the chat if you want me to go through the gory details now, or if you want me to wait until tomorrow. Let me know what y'all want from me. Shall I go through these gory details now, or should we wait until tomorrow? 27 now, 1 if you want me to wait for it tomorrow. I'll take my cue from you. L Sid say wait till tomorrow. I'm with you, L Sid. I got something to do in a little bit anyway. We're gonna wait till tomorrow. We got it. We'll go through it tomorrow. Okay. Never fear. If I forget tomorrow, make sure y'all remind me. We'll go through it tomorrow. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Because I didn't want to go through it today. We almost done here anyway. I don't have a lot for this story. Cardi B says Offset didn't get their kids anything for Christmas out of spite. She said on X, quote, do you guys know that my kids didn't receive no Christmas gifts from somebody in particular? Motherfuckers want to make it seem on social media like I was keeping my kids away from them, like to make movies on social media, but purposely fly to New York to buy their kids gifts. And guess how many kids did they buy my kids? 0. A motherfucker thought he was going to ruin my year and have me fucked up like they had me fucked up last year. But I'm so strong. I'm so fucking strong. And it doesn't affect me anymore. That even after you tried to ruin me by being spiteful towards me and my kids, I still got my ass up and went to fucking work. Went to work where, ma'am? End of quote. Went to work where? Because last time I checked, your job is music, and you ain't put a fuck kind of music out there. What the fuck are you talking about? You went to work. Work where? Because we see nothing that shows us that you went to work. Get the fuck off my screen, ma'am. Go with God. You married him. You laid up with him. You knew he wasn't shit already. Fuck you and fuck your life. Moving on. Sources are saying that Deion Sanders could be the next coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Deion and Jerry Jones have met, and people are saying that it's a possibility. I don't see it happening. I don't think that Jerry Jones has the temperament to have a head coach that has more of a media presence that's a bigger personality than his. I'm just being honest with you. Jerry Jones don't like big personalities. The one time he had a big personality, every time he's had one, he's gotten rid of them real quick. When he had Jimmy Johnson, he fired him after a year. When he had Bill Parcells, I'm trying to think Bill Parcells, I think he only lasted a year or maybe two. He doesn't like head coaches that have big personalities. He wants them meek and mild. He wants to be the center of attention down to Jerry's world. And we all know Deion Sanders is a huge personality. I just don't see this happening. I don't. I'm just saying. The other part about it is I'd be completely shocked if racist ass Jerry Jones, hired a black coach. I'd be completely surprised if racist ass Jerry Jones hired a black coach. I'm just being honest. Prime, stay where you at. And the other part about it is that shit is a dumpster fire over there down to Dallas. It is. They don't have no running game. Dakota Prescott is not the fucking answer. I don't know why CeeDee Lamb is staying there. If I was CeeDee Lamb, he's so fine. He is so fine. If I was CeeDee Lamb, I would have got the hell out of Dodge already. Because you ain't going to win shit over there, not with Dakota Prescott. And I'm calling him Dakota. His mammy named him Dakota. I'm going to call him Dakota. Damn Dak Prescott. Your mammy named you Dakota, so I'm going to call you Dakota. Moving on. In our last story of the day, I purposely saved this for last since it involves Beyond Skank. And I had people in my inbox, in my DMs yesterday about Beyond Skank. I had like 3 or 4 people hit me up on Instagram in my DMs about my video on Beyond Skank. You know what I have to say to you Beehive members that got issues with what I say? Moving on. LeBron James admits that the NBA was beaten by the NFL in the Christmas Day ratings, and he says that Beyonce played a key role. Now, if you recall, the last 2 years, the NFL has broken protocol and have had games on Christmas. Normally, Christmas belongs to the NBA. The NBA puts all of their premier games on Christmas Day. And that's been happening for years. You know, some people say that's the pseudo real start to the NBA season. And so LeBron James was vocal at the time saying, oh, Christmas belongs to the NBA, not the NFL. Of course, Beyonce was on the Houston, Texas home game. She was on their halftime, and she had that meh performance. And so LeBron is claiming that that's what helped the NFL win. No, LeBron. The NBA will never compete with the NFL. Even if Beyonce never made an appearance, the NBA was not going to have better ratings than the NFL. That's just the long and short of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I love the NBA. But you all were not going to have a better rating than the NFL at all. Anyway, LeBron, why did you even chime in on this? I'm just saying, leave it alone. You're a whole ass billionaire over there, LeBron. I'm just saying. Why are you even commenting on this? Why are you rousing up the Beehive? These are the people that you don't want it with, because those people aren't wrapped tightly. LeBron, just leave bothering the Beehive to me. Let me do it. Stay out of this, LeBron. I got the Beehive. Let me handle it. You don't need all this smoke. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today, ladies and gentlemen. We about to get out of here. I've been on here 2 hours. I'm hungry. I'm real hungry. Oh, you're right, Tracy. But even when games are not good and shit is raggedy and horrible, they still do better ratings in the NFL than the NBA. It is what it is. NFL is king. Anyway, I'm tired, y'all. We about to get out of here. We are about to get out of here, okay? We'll be back tomorrow. I'm not going out of town, at least for another 2 weeks. So I'll be here for Silly Saturday. We got a lot of big things happening. I am on the traders panel, so I am all caught. I finally got caught up with traders, so we'll be on that panel. Ciao. When I saw Derek was on traders, I was real mad. Now, did really be and Kiss My Cheeks say if we could add the new people that we didn't know about to our list, because I want to add Derek to my list. I was real glad because Robin is a part of my 6. Let me tell you what 6 I chose for the traders game. Okay, here's my 6. Hold on, tell y'all who I got. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on for a moment. Okay. So here are my picks. I don't already forgot who my picks are. My picks are Chriselle, Danielle, Robin, Dorinda, Jeremy, and Sam. Now, Dorinda already fucked me up. Danielle is a trader, which helps me, but she's not a good trader. She's not a good trader at all. She's a horrible trader. I quiet as kept think Bob, the drag queen, is a bad trader too. And I knew Bob, the drag queen, was not gonna make it to the end. I still don't think he's gonna make it to the end. So they already on to Bob, the drag queen. They're already on to him. Dylan is already on to him. I'm hoping Jeremy makes it to the end. I'm hoping Chriselle can slide her way to the end. And if Robin can keep her fucking mouth closed, Robin was off the radar on episode 3. And when she got to the whatever they call it, the table, she kept opening her mouth. Bitch, shut up. Anyway, we'll talk about it on the panel. Am I the only one watching Traders? It was good too. These first 3 episodes was real good. Anyway, but I'm all caught up. I really want to add Derek. I want to know if I can replace Dorinda with Derek. Can I replace Dorinda with Derek? I'm gonna actually be there if I can replace Dorinda with Derek. Right, Danny. I thought Robin was about to go home, and I was about to have 2 of my people already gone. Now I feel like Jeremy's gonna make it far. I feel like Jeremy is gonna make it far for me. Danielle, I don't know. I don't know Danielle. I like Sam because he's flying under the radar. We ain't heard nothing about we ain't really heard nothing about Sam. I only had like a couple people mention Chriselle, but Chriselle, she been kind of off the radar too. So I feel good about Chriselle. I feel good about Jeremy. I feel good about Sam. Dorinda already gone. Danielle and Robin, I'm concerned. They concern me. I knew not to put Bob the drag queen on mine. I knew, yeah, that's not gonna work out. He's not playing a smart game either. He's not. He's not at all. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. She do need to calm down. Her and Bob are playing a horrible game. Horrible. And if I was one of them people at that table when Rob immediately went after Tony, that shit would have set off red flags to me. I would immediately, and you saw how the whole table fell in line with whatever fucking Rob said. If I was somebody like Derek, Jeremy, or any of the other male power players, that would be a problem. Wes, Jeremy, and Derek, I would see Rob as a problem. That's who I would be trying to get out. Because the way Rob flipped that whole thing, I would immediately question Bob the drag queen or Robin. If I was at that table, I would look at Robin and Bob the drag queen as possible traitors because I would notice how Rob threw all of the attention away from them. I don't buy it. They all up Rob's ass. And I love Rob from Survivor. Loved him equally as much as I love Derek on Big Brother. But girl, his ass will be out of there. Out of there. Anyway, let me get out of here. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. He's doing well right now, Ronald. He's a traitor. And everybody's swinging off his nutsack. And whatever he says goes. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.